Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode. Welcome to a brand new year
Yes.
of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Lee Jeans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What is going on? What is going on, world? Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. Um, so as is in the beginning of a new year,
Yes.
usually people review things that they've did in the last year. And since
Yes.
this podcast we do a lot, there's a lot of stuff we could talk about that we could list and number and order and what have you. We don't have to be hard, like locked in to just put things in numerical order. You could just talk about the things you like. But I would like to say, would like to talk to you and ask you, like, did you have any favorite of any things, gaming, figure wise? Maybe you want to
Yeah,
rank
I got
your
I got
favorite toy company because there's a lot of people that you did business with,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
But not all of them are great companies. So you could say which one you like the most. Same with game wise, same with movie wise, and that's kind of one of the things I wanted to ask. I should have brought this up before, but
Yeah.
I just thought about it now since we have two movies this week. I think we should say which movie out of all the ones we've done so far is our favorite.
Okay.
And since we have so many, I don't want to do a top 10, but maybe we should do like top three. And since we have the scores,
Yeah.
we could talk about it that way. Since you have the list is easier, you don't
Yeah, I
have to
have
go
the list.
scrambling.
Yeah, yeah, I do have it.
But
Okay.
by score, we could say our personal
Yeah, I have it on the list. Is your top 10.
the comic book uh,
Dita.
roundup and stuff.
Yes. So, your top 3 as of now, or top 5.
Okay. If we
Uh,
have it, we have it.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is yours. This is the comic book theater movie, the comic book theater that we've been doing. We are doing 2 reviews this today, because we started 2014. So, right now your top 5, it hasn't changed much either. Captain America: First Avenger right now is your number one. Dread is number two. Dark Knight, is number three. Kick Ass Part 1 is number 4, and Iron Man is number 5.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell you mine right now. Right now, mine first one is Dark Knight. Number 2 is Watchmen. Number 3 is Captain America: First Avenger. Number 4 is Iron Man, and number 5 is Kick Ass.
Okay. Gotcha.
Pootie Tang is still in our top 10 somehow, some way.
I mean, it's a great movie. Why not? I listen
um,
to Dirty D's theme song on the regular. I'm just saying. Low
yes,
down and dirty.
low down and dirty. But I think that all changes next week for next week's movie.
Uh oh. Uh oh. It's a big one, isn't it?
It's a big boy. I think it's by far I think it's one of my favorite MCU movies. Period.
Mm.
So I think that's gonna take the top spot, which
Gotcha.
is Winter Soldier.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I know that's gonna take my top. That's like one of my favorite MCU movies. But this year has been interesting. I didn't see a lot of movies in theaters this year. I probably maybe seen one movie in theaters, 2 movies max.
Makes sense. The things have changed, man.
Yeah.
It's not the same way it used to be. So
But I do have a top 5. I do have 2 movies I do want to see this like to see because I didn't get to watch it before the end of year end, which is Godzilla minus one and Iron Claw, which is about the Von Erichsen shit like that. I want to see those two. I didn't get to watch those yet, but I heard a lot of good things, especially Godzilla minus one. I heard that shit was good, so
okay.
I'm waiting for that to go on start streaming and I could watch it. Um, I'll say my favorite movies this year. Across the Spider Verse was number one. I love that movie. I thought it was amazing. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This is the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and it was a fantastic movie. It was really well done, really voice acted well, art amazing, things like that. This year for me, animation pretty much dominated. Like I think animation had some of the best movies this year, and then my number two will be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was the Seth Rogen reboot of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. That movie was fantastic and probably one of my favorite turtle movies. Period. Like they did a really good job of it, and it was by far one of my favorites. Um, Guardians 3 will be my number three because making Rocket the star of the movie was smart. Like you felt everything for Rocket, and that movie would make you sad. Um, four. Again, I didn't see a lot of movies this year that I know that came out this year. Uh, those are the ones that I 100% like. Those are very high on, and I made sure I watched those. I did watch Quantum Mania. I didn't really care for it. I did watch Blue Beetle. Didn't care for it that much. I thought it was okay. I did watch I don't know what else came out. The Shazam movie was trash.
Oh,
Um, yeah, sequel was trash. It wasn't that good. I was very disappointed with it. But I can't tell you anything else. Like I barely went to the theaters this year, so that's the big difference. Like the theater, like no one really wants. I personally don't really want to go to a theater anymore. I don't want to pay $16 to be on um in a dirty chair with people around me. I'd rather just watch it in my house. So I wait till things go on streaming. But those are the things I watched. You watch any of them? Or you get to watch any of
no. I haven't
them?
watched a single movie this year
Yeah.
that came out this year.
Yeah.
Uh, the only thing I did, I did watch things on streaming that came out this year. So in terms of what did I watch, that was new media. I guess big time media. I would say check out the last Castlevania that came out.
Yeah.
The Castle is called Castlevania Nocturne. I thought it was a pretty good start for them going into a different set of characters and whatnot. Also, it's pretty emotional, and I think that's one of the things that they did not fall off on in that series.
Yeah.
Because I know people were like season four wasn't the best, but like I think the one before was amazing. So like this one, I wouldn't say it was up there with the one before three or even two, but I would say it's a very solid solid watch if you are actually into Castlevania.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out. I was trying to see what was the other thing that I watched. I guess I could say Loki.
Loki was alright.
I could say Loki was a thing that I'm not mad. I sat there and I watched that. So did uh did I skip any of the what if stuff? That's not out yet, right?
No, it came out already. I watched like half
It
of
did
it.
come out.
Yeah. The
I
first
didn't get to
three
watch
was
it.
solid, and then it's been diving down a little bit each one after.
No, but I mean for the new ones,
Yeah,
because
the
then they
new ones.
restart the
Yeah,
new.
new
Oh,
one.
I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
miss it.
I watched like
I
the
did.
first five today.
I did miss it. Okay. All right.
Yes,
So
they're
I
all
mean,
out
missed
now
watching
though.
it for the new year, but
Yeah.
that's something I've been thinking about. I want to finish watching those because I did watch the old one. I
Yeah.
mean the original. So
I will
why not watch
say
that?
TV wise, The Bear. That was probably one of my favorite shows that aired on TV. It's with the dude. He's also in Iron Claw, but it's about he's a cook in
Oh yeah,
Chicago and things like that.
I
That was a
got you.
really good movie. Really good show. The boys spin-off show Gen B. That was crazy. Very crazy. Definitely check that out. Invincible, which I'm still waiting on the new episodes, but I watched up to episode 6, and it's been pretty crazy so far. So definitely check that out as well. What else TV shows I watched? I watched the One Piece live action. I enjoyed it.
Did you
I thought they did a
did
good.
Yu Yu Hakusho come out?
I did watch
Yeah.
that. It was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. Like I don't
I
know
see.
nothing
Yeah,
about the
well,
anime, so it doesn't really mess with me about what the anime did or not, because I don't know nothing about it. So I kind of went in and just seeing what it is, and it was fun. I enjoyed it.
okay. All right.
Um, what other TV shows I watch? Abbott Elementary. I enjoyed that show. It's a good comedy. Um, That's something I watch with Jackie. That's something that we always try to catch when they have new episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Simpsons still going strong. 36 years. Go Simpsons.
Good.
Yeah, they've been pretty solid. Homer's more of an asshole than anything nowadays, but it's fun. It's
That's
still pretty
interesting.
good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think as the years went on, he just became more and more of an asshole.
Is it still the same voice actor, or
Yeah, same
has it?
voice actor.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't
Has
changed it.
not changed.
The only thing that
Okay.
changed was Apu. Apu actually is an Indian actor now.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but other than that, like they're still hanging on there. What other shows I watched? Yeah, again, like this is another thing. Like I think I'm so backed up with shows that I'm watching shit that's like 2 years old, and then watching,
True that. True that.
the most I've watched recently is wrestling, and that's what I
Yeah,
watched
because
the
I
most.
think that's kind of the when we
Yeah,
think about what the hell do we watch?
wrestling,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't
wrestling, and
realize.
then
I
also
watch a
this
lot
is
of wrestling.
I will say this straight up, wrestling been really fucking good this year. Like,
I think 2023 is probably one of the best years since it came back to being full time. People in the arenas and stuff. I
yeah,
think it was one of the best years.
yeah, I agree. Like, you have a lot of crazy shit happening, and a lot of things that you never expect to happen this year. So it's
Hmm.
it's been really good and really fun
How
to
you
watch.
doing, Phil?
Yeah, Phil coming back to WWE. No one saw that shit coming. He's back. Dominic Mysterio and his
Dirty
development.
Dom.
Dirty Dom fucking killing it. Rhea Ripley killing it. WWE's been on a fucking roll and a rampage with when Triple H took over. I think once Triple H fully took over, you started seeing all the fucking wheels in place and you started seeing the rolling. It
I
getting its traction. It starts rolling. It
Yeah,
started rolling. It started rolling. Just speed. It's like the fucking speed train. Just like the momentum just keeps going and going and going. And it's just
and you
getting
know
better
what
and
I
better and better.
what I partially attribute it to is the fact that they went touring to places they never had shows this
Yeah,
year,
I agree. They
and they
did that.
got more and more people invested, and it's just I think they're feeding off of that, which is just like good, good. Just keep going places you haven't
Yeah,
been and putting on banger shows. That's what you got to do.
yeah. And I think, and then also having the right like celebrities actually interview. Like again, I'm not crazy about Logan Paul, but he's been what he
Yeah,
does in the ring. He's
yeah.
been killing it. I can't really complain about that. And then fucking Bad Bunny, fucking him and Priest at Puerto Rico, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But I will say this: WWE, just wrestling in general in 2023 has been exciting and very fun to watch. And that's everywhere, not just WWE. Fucking Stardom, fucking New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA now, AEW as well. AEW has some
Welcome back.
exciting stuff as well. So
Welcome back. Total nonstop action.
exactly, and it's been a great time for wrestling. So definitely check out wrestling and check out the Wrestling Babble. We did our first half of our top five of everything of 2023. So definitely check it out, and next week we'll do the rest. So yes, wrestling been a very great thing. You actually also had a really good wrestling game in 2K23 this year too, so that's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Good thing it was
2K24 is
solid. I'm like, it needed it.
yeah,
It needed it.
yeah.
Desperately.
So
Shout outs to Cody Rhodes getting the cover for this year's
yes,
game.
yes. I was surprised. I maybe Punk get a collector's edition.
I mean, how fast would they? I mean, well, it's gonna be a while. Yeah, they might as well. They might as
Oh, the
well.
game comes out in
That's just
WrestleMania.
printing money. Yeah, that's just printing
Yeah.
money. You might as well. Might as well make a
Yeah,
special
because the
edition
game
for him.
comes out WrestleMania time. They changed the date to WrestleMania time, which I think works because that's when you really will want to play wrestling because WrestleMania is the big show and shit like that.
Hmm.
So it makes sense. Um, but yeah, wrestling been my like pretty much to occupy most of my time. So, but then we also had the show The Last of Us on HBO. That was actually
I
really
was about
good,
to ask you
really
about
good like
that.
that.
Yeah,
That was really good.
that was this year.
Um, it's been a crazy. Oh yeah, I forgot Super Mario Brothers. That was a movie that came out this year. That was
That
really
came out
fun.
this year.
Yeah, Barbie came out this year. I didn't really care for Barbie though.
Did you watch it though?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. I wasn't crazy about it. I
Okay.
thought it would be more funnier, more silly, and it was just I don't know. It wasn't for me.
I heard that was Ryan. Was it Ryan Gosling's character? He's like
Yeah,
the
he's
funny
probably
one.
the
That's the
funny part.
reason.
Yeah,
The reason they want to make a spinoff.
yeah, he was a fun character. I'll say that.
Um. All right. So then before we get into any games or anything, I want to talk about figure stuff because you have the most, I guess, purchases, but
Yeah,
just in general, the most to talk about when it comes to that this year.
yeah,
Because I'm thinking about what did I purchase this year? Not a lot, but it's kind of was just wrestling figures. It was just a few. I think I bought what Oscar this year, but that was
yeah.
old. And I bought the Bray Wyatt, the
Yes,
um the
the
Fiend,
ultimate. Yeah,
the Ultimate Fiend. So that's
I will
about it.
say my top figure creators is NECA. NECA fucking killed it this year.
Okay.
We have the turtle van. Like I got the turtle van in, and that's just humongous. I haven't even took it out the box. It's so fucking big. But everything else they made the sewer home, the Usagi Yojimbo's collector set, things like that. The turtle monster mashups, the gremlin figures they have, the gargoyle figures they have, the dinosaur figures they have. Like it's fucking
Hmm.
insane the details and how good they fucking are. Shout outs to Tenacious T. He found me the Sinclair and the baby dinosaurs.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Shout outs to
I
Minion
mean,
too, cause Minion, his son AJ. Shout outs to my little guy AJ. He's been watching dinosaurs and they realizing how adult that show was. And I'm like, yo, that's a
oh yeah,
very
yeah,
adult show.
yeah, yeah.
And I kept asking, yo, did you see the steroid episode? And he was like, bro, they eat these little fucking monsters that they eat these little creatures that fucking gives them like muscles and shit. And the son fucking eats them and he gets mad brolic and he starts yelling at everybody and shit. That show was retarded as fuck, but it was good.
It was good. What? Who had hands in that show?
Jin Hansen.
No, no, but I mean like the writers and stuff. I remember it
Um,
was his
it
puppets
was
and
it
stuff.
was
But like,
part of TGIF, so I'm guessing the ABC writers. I forgot
who the
who.
hell
Yeah,
made that? Because yeah, it was nuts.
yeah,
It was kind of nuts.
yeah,
Sherman Hemsley was the boss.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a big ass triceratops.
The Saratoga, yeah.
Yeah, I watched the show. I don't think I watched it in full, but I did watch the show a
Oh,
lot.
I watched the whole thing. So I watched up until up until they die,
Yeah,
basically.
the cosmic hit them and shit. Yeah,
Yeah, yep.
but NECA been killing it. They made those, and I think they're gonna make the rest of the family eventually. The gargoyle figures are so amazing, and they have a whole shit ton of line of those right now. The Ninja Turtles are still killing it. They got the Last Ronin. They have the Archie comics now, and the Mirage comics now, and the cartoon and the movie and Kino's collector's edition. That was probably one of the best looking toys this year. Um, the box set, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. That movie sucked, but that box set looks fucking fantastic. There's a lot of things. Even the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures that are from Playmates that are from the new movie. They're actually great figures for $10 each. They're not bad at all, and they have a lot of details and stuff like that. But that's not NECA, so I'll give that shout out to something else. But NECA been fucking killing it, and I think that's my favorite toy brand. Hasbro is gonna go to like my fifth place one, and just because they kind of declined in what they've been making, and they did show some shit that's coming out next year, so maybe next year they'll get back up on the list. But for this year, I just feel like there was just a lot of the same stuff. And Power Ranger wise, there was nothing really like meat on the bone with that series that kind of really disappointed me. Um, I'll say Mattel with the WWE figures. That'll probably be my number two because what they're doing with those are crazy, and the details they're getting better and better. And then again, seeing the previews of some of the stuff that's coming out, it looks crazy. Um, and then I'll say I guess I'll say Playmates because the new Ninja Turtle stuff are actually pretty cool. But NECA been killing it. Like nonstop. Super 7, I've been disappointed with because things take so long to come out. But I know a lot of people liking their van as well. But that was like a 600 price tag, and I was not paying that. But yeah, that's all I can say. But Super 7, I think they're gonna pick it back up. But their figures are too much. They're like $55 a figure, and that's too much right now. Yeah, that's all I got for figures. You? Did I lose you?
No, no,
Oh,
Scott Steiner was
oh,
talking his
okay, no.
talk. So,
But yeah,
do
that's
you have a number uno
a number
of
figure.
like figure that you got this year, this past year? Excuse me.
I'll say the turtle van.
Yeah, that's
The
pretty.
NECA
That's
turtle
pretty.
van is pretty massive, and it just
It's,
looks really cool.
it's pretty
I'll
ridiculous.
say a close number two is the Year of the Rabbit 4 pack that I just got in. It's the four Usagi Yojimbos. It has Space Usagi, Samurai Usagi. It has comic book Usagi, and it has a basic print of his regular face and his cartoon face. And it's in a red box, and it looks really cool. And the fact that they're making Usagi Yojimbo figures just makes me happy. And this one was like I had to get this one. It was a 4 pack of all the characters and stuff like that, and that's probably one of my favorite ones. I will also say the just in general the TMNT monsters, the
Oh yeah,
crossovers, those are
the movie
crazy.
monsters.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
those are sick. I love all
Did
of them.
they finish them this year? Is that they all came out?
So they just made additional ones. The Creature of the Black Lagoon and Wolfman. Creature of the Black Lagoon is Leonardo, and then Wolfman is Raphael. And Raphael comes out later this year, but Creature came out recently. I pre-ordered it. Like it should be in the mail like this week, I think.
Okay. All right. All right.
So
No
I'll say
problem.
those are my favorite lines.
That's good. That's good. Um, and then we also have the video games, and a lot
Yeah,
of good stuff came out this year.
yeah,
Specifically, RGG Studios doing the damn thing.
yeah. 2 games this year.
Two good games. One that I still say I can't believe they made it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be real, but they did it.
Yeah.
Um, Waiting for Dead Souls. That's all I'm saying. Y'all better do it.
They teased it
Uh,
recently too.
they better do it. They better do it.
Um, yeah,
But
a lot of stuff came out this year.
do you have any, do you have top whatever, just your favorites from this year? You don't have to listen in order, but do you have your favorites that only came out this year?
Spider-Man 2, number one. I love that game. I think they did a great job with that game, and the way it feels, the way everything works. That's like my favorite game. Finished it twice. Loved every minute of it. I platinum it. It was really good. Number two would be Like a Dragon Gaiden. Again, another game I fucking fully loved. Platinum it. I did everything that had to be done in that game. I really enjoyed it, and I'm very excited for Infinity Wealth just because of this game, and I'm more excited for Infinity Wealth now, and that comes out late this month. Um, I'll say that's two. Shout out to Street Fighter Six. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that shit was
World Tour
fucking
mode's great.
yeah. I'll say that's my number three. I wish I spent more time on it. I wish I'd give it more time. I should go back into it and start playing it again. But I really enjoyed that for a Street Fighter game. I really enjoyed the World Tour mode, and I really enjoyed what they did with that game. And it's just a fun game. And if it just feels like strong fighting games are back to being strong again, and it makes me happy to see. Because look at Tekken come right around the corner. That looks sick as
Yeah,
hell.
it's like
And,
3 weeks from now. It's like the 20 something.
yeah, yeah,
Yep.
same day as Infinity Wealth.
Oh yeah,
They come out
that's
the same
right.
day.
That's right. That's
Fuck.
right. Yep. Yep.
um, I'll say Street Fighter Six is number three. I'll say Final Fantasy 16 is my number four. I really enjoyed that game too. It was a different take on Final Fantasy 16. On Final Fantasy, it wasn't a turn based or anything like that. It went more to an action style, kind of more like I think it was one of the producers of Devil May Cry that did it. So like the fight style kind of felt like a Devil May Cry game more than a Final Fantasy
Oh,
game.
okay, okay, okay.
People did bitch
Gotcha,
about it,
gotcha.
but I really enjoyed it. I really cared for it, and I really was very happy with it. So I'll put that at number 4. And number 5 will be Like a Dragon Ishin.
Mhm, mhm.
I really enjoyed it. I had a fun time doing it. I'm going to
So
try to platinum it when I get a chance, but I
yeah,
really
yeah.
enjoyed that game.
I still have to finish Ishin. I got like 2/3 of the way through, so I'm like almost there. So I
Yeah,
don't really have to go that far. But other stuff came out, and I was like, oh,
yeah. Um, I will say what else came out this year that I really
trying to
enjoyed.
see.
Oh, shout outs to Xbox wise because I don't really mention Xbox because I don't play it as much. But Hi-Fi Rush, fantastic game,
Mm-hmm.
really fun
Yes.
game. I really enjoyed it, and I love the fact that it was like a day one. Like, yo, it comes out today. Okay, sweet. The stylizations of music and action, it was really fun, and I love the animation of it too. I do have to finish it though. I did not finish it. I'm like maybe 75% done with the game, and it was a fantastic game though. And Starfield, I actually really got into Starfield. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
thought it was fun. I liked the building of the ships and things like that. I really indulged myself into that game, and I really enjoyed it. It was Skyrim in space, and that's exactly what it was. I wish some of the things, storylines, you could do more with the choices, but other than that, I found the game fun. I know a lot of people did not, but I really enjoyed it. It was a game that I could get like sink my teeth into and stuff like that. So I will give Starfield a credit, some credit as well.
Okay. Uh, there's gonna be one big surprise on my list because I didn't expect to play the game at all,
Yeah.
and it technically counts for 2023 because it won the Game Awards Best Ongoing Game in 2023.
Oh, Cyberpunk.
And that is Cyberpunk because I bought it with the Ultimate Edition that
Nice.
has the DLC.
That's a game I gotta get back
I
into.
didn't know that game was that fun. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I could like once I to be honest, since I have purchased that version of Cyberpunk, yes, it has had some small glitches. It hasn't
Yeah.
if it does have a tendency to what did you call that? Freeze.
Yeah.
You load it sometimes, and that's not great. But little nagging things aside, I think that may be the best first person shooter I've played this year. And I played a few.
Nice.
Like I played RoboCop. I mean, first single player. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about multiplayer. I play RoboCop, and that is fun.
Yeah, I gotta get back into that.
Um, but dude, I didn't know Cyberpunk was that good. Like I'll tell you exactly what it reminds me of, and the way I'm playing it, and why I like it so much. It reminds me of Mass Effect
Okay.
because the way I'm playing it, I use the powers. I use the cyber stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't run around. Like I the shooting in the game is good, right? It's solid. I'm not trying. I still say, in terms of games that I have played, Destiny is probably the best shooter I've ever played. Like the shooting,
Okay.
the pow pow, the shoot shoot.
Yeah.
But in combination with all the powers and stuff, in combination with the fact that you could the it's not a restricted world since it's an open world game, right?
Yeah.
So when the missions are outside, that really lets you do whatever the hell you want. And usually you kind of don't do that in a game
Yeah.
because it seems like it'll be too much trouble. But this game lets you make the cars around you just run into people. Like you can remote smash people with cars.
Yeah.
You could blow things up. You could use you can use. I think I might have used the cameras in this game to kill more enemies than guns.
Nice.
Like it's nuts the amount of control that you can actually have in Cyberpunk when you invest in specific paths for your character. Like, and then there's the fact that the other way that it reminds me of Mass Effect, not the choices, is that the voice acting and the dialogue is just good.
Nice.
Like female V is amazing, but then all the other characters around you are good.
Yeah.
Like they're not. And the thing I think that goes over people's heads is that it's not an all star cast of people.
Yeah.
You don't have Jennifer Hale and specific people that we know, and what's his name, Nolan North, and all that carrying the game.
Yeah.
They might, you might have a surprise, and maybe somebody special is like in the credits as a side character or something.
Yeah.
But like the main people in this game are people we don't know. And it's just like, dude, the voice acting in this game is good. Like I would say one of the most messed up things in any game I've ever played is the Evelyn storyline.
Yeah.
Do you remember that character?
Uh,
She's when you see her in the beginning, she's the girl with the bob haircut with the feathers.
I don't think I didn't play that long.
Oh, you should play it. You got to go back.
Yeah, I gotta go back. I have it. It's on the list of things to go back to. I do have the DLC as well, so I was like, I just haven't
That's
gone
a
back to it yet.
high recommendation that you go back and finish like at least a few of the early
Yeah.
side quests. Like the main, they're side stuff, but they're also main because they put the work into it. So it's
Yeah.
not just a bunch of like do this and do this little bullshit, and you hear no voice acting. No, it's fully voiced.
Yeah.
Like there's some characters they don't. There's not a lot of happy endings in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
So I've seen that so far in various side quests. It's not a lot of happy endings, but
That
man,
reminds me of
is it voiced well?
what is it? Witcher. Witcher didn't have a lot of happy endings. Everything
Well,
ended kind of fucked up.
I guess CD Projekt just knows how to do that.
Yeah.
That I will put at number 5 because that came in very late. Number 4, I'm gonna put Ishin
Ishin.
because again, I can't believe it exists. And then they went and they Kawami did.
Yeah.
Like they didn't like you have to the thing is always to remember that game was in such high demand regardless, they did not have to Kawami it.
Yeah.
They could have just did the collection,
Yeah.
the
Three.
three, four,
Yeah.
five,
Yeah. No.
and and people still would have bought it because it didn't come out yet.
Yeah.
And it had a solid story regardless. So it's not like the voice acting was gonna be bad, but they went and Kawami did, and it's like, damn, dude, this game looks amazing.
Yes.
Um, so that for that reason, and it's fun to play. It's fun to play. I like the weapon styles in that game. I like the gun the most, but like I like the weapon styles. For that reason, I'll put it in my 4. For 3, I'm gonna put another game I didn't think was gonna exist, and I think that's kind of one of the things that I would say is the hallmark of this year of 2023 rather. Stuff that happened that we didn't think was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hello, Phil. Say it again. Hello, Phil. But Bomber Cyberpunk, like
I didn't get to play that game yet.
they made a Jet Set
Yeah.
Radio that's better than most Jet Set radios, and I'm just like, dude, what the? I can't. It took a long time, yes, but when it came out, like I think it delivered above and beyond what it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Because the music, I think, is the best music in any game this year. I'm sorry, I don't care what uh composer you got, how much money you spent on a symphony. I'm taking Cyberpunk. You don't have the ass song in your game. Cyberpunk Cyberpunk does. I'm just saying. You have to hear the song. Um but it's just like it Sega dropped the ball.
Yeah.
And it took them to the end of the year to realize that people still want that. Because remember, that was one of the things in the showcase.
Yeah.
But that was the end of the year, dude. They had this came out what, like June, July? No, I think it came out August. It came
Yeah.
out
It came
August.
out August, I think. Yeah.
But I'm just like, you had all that time to say you was gonna bring back Jet Set, and maybe they let them have it.
Yeah.
Maybe they let them have the time. They were like, we don't want to jump on them and crush them, because I think that would have took the wind out of the sails a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Because like, I just wait for the real one.
but this one is still in the style.
Yeah.
You look at the pictures of the new Jet Set, they want to go like current gen graphics
Yeah. I
wise.
saw.
But it's not realistic, which is why I'm okay with it. If you wanted to do realistic, I'd be mad, but it's still stylized. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. I'm on board. But this is the old school cell shading, like straight up homage to the Dreamcast, and like that, like they didn't have to do it like that, but they did it, and it's good. And they put different modes of transportation. You could bike,
Yeah,
you could
so
skateboard. I was like, you could be on foot, you can
parkour, right?
parkour,
Parkour.
you can parkour the game if you want. I'm like, what? What?
I gotta play
This
that
game
game.
is,
It
and it
came
has
out on
air
PS5.
combos.
Did it come out on
It's on
PS5?
everything.
It's on
It's on
everything.
everything.
I might have to check out that game then.
I think it was on Game Pass. I'm not 100% sure.
It wasn't on Game Pass. I
It
definitely
was.
would have played
Oh,
it.
okay,
I think
okay,
I would have
okay.
played it more if it was a regular on Game
Gotcha,
Pass.
gotcha, gotcha. I think they deserve the money though. Get them the full money
Yeah, I'll
and
check
get
it
them the
out this
exposure.
year.
Put them on there this year. That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying. But like that's another thing that shouldn't have existed. So that's gonna be my number three, and it was good. It could have been Boo Boo.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Number two, I'm gonna say is Remnant Two. I skipped the first one
I just downloaded that too.
because I had no idea if it was something I was thinking about, and also the fact that having played Souls games and Souls likes, which I hate the term, but it's a difficult game, and it's like I have too many games that are hard. I have Elden Ring and I have all the Dark Souls, and then there's I was looking at Liza P and I was like, I can't buy it. Why? Because it's another difficult ass game, and it's like I can't just be playing these hard ass games.
Yeah.
That shit is frustrating after a while.
Mhm.
I bought another game this year that's hard. It's called Risk of Rain 2.
Yeah.
Like I didn't try the first one, but like I got into that one because it looked very interesting. Then I find out that's another like tear your hair out because it's super difficult ass game. I'm like, man,
I
I
heard
just be playing too.
Life of P. I heard it was really good
That's
too.
what I
On
said.
the
That's why I
Steam
didn't
Deck.
buy it.
Yeah.
It's too hard. It's just too much concentration and effort that you have to put in, and it's like I can't do that for every single one. I can't do it. So this was the one I chose for the year, and I'm glad I did.
Nice.
I think it was a good blend of what they call Souls like, but I like that it's different. It's a shooter, and it's got. If you want to get granular, if you want to get super detailed with how you spec your character in that game, you can do that, and I think they do it like very good. And
Nice.
not to mention, I think the story is good.
Cool.
Like I didn't know it was a continuation of the first one, but like knowing that and then seeing where it goes, I'm like, yeah, that's actually not bad for a game like that I'd never even touched, and that it has all this fanfare. I never even heard about it. But I'm like, yeah, good job. It's well deserved. So Remnant Two is number two,
Nice.
and I told you what number one is. I told you multiple times what number one is. It's Resident Evil 4.
Yes.
There's other stuff this that came out this year. I know that people critically acclaim, but I have not played Final Fantasy 16, so I don't have any opinion. I have not played what else? I have not played any Call of Duties.
Me either.
I have not played any. It's not that I don't like them. It's just that
I don't
it's not
have
my game.
interest. I just don't have
It's not my
interest in
game.
them no more.
There was a star like RoboCop. I did not get past the demo. That's my fault because too much stuff. I want to give it full attention, so I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
RoboCop. I only played the demo. There's a Star Ocean. Another thing that wasn't supposed to be real. Like they went and put basically pixel remastered a PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah.
And like, what? Why would Square spend money on that? Square spend money on it. Okay. So I have to get that Star Ocean Second Story R is what it's called. But yeah, I didn't. This time.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of little and big things. Spider Man. I don't have a PS5.
Yeah.
I'll wait. It is what it is. You know what I mean? What won people's game? Baldur's Gate again. That's another game. That's a time sink.
Yeah.
And then I already had stuff I was sinking time into. It's
That's
just
everyone's favorite game this year. Well, that was
like I
like
get
the
it. I get it.
everyone's. But
I get it. And then
I watched gameplay. I just couldn't get. I can't get into the gameplay. But I watched gameplay. It looks hilarious. It looks fun. But I couldn't get
I
into it.
I couldn't get into it this year with all the stuff that was out. Because again, there's stuff that's not on this list that I played. I played Diablo 4. I like it.
Yeah, Diablo 4 was
People
good.
turned on it
Sea of
when
Stars was beautiful.
season one came out. The DLC for season one for Diablo, and people was like, "This is some bullshit."
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I already beat the game, so I'm done.
Mhm.
It didn't grab me and turn me into a lifer. So that's what they want to do with that game. And it's like, I'll pop in, but I wasn't mad at all. I thought that was a pretty solid release.
Yeah.
Um, but again, there was stuff that came out that wasn't everybody's game of the year that I did play.
Yeah.
How about the game that I haven't finished yet that's going up on the channel slowly? How about Gungrave?
Yeah.
Gungrave Gore. Like, as far as I know, I think that came out like either December or January. Like around the end of the year, beginning of this year. Eh, it's not good. It's not great. It's not. If
Sorry.
you like one of those, if you want one of those arcade style games to continue to exist, support it. But it ain't the best. That's why I got it on sale. So, but um, Resident Evil 4 is a badass game. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say. And then they made, because I think one of the big complaints that anybody would have was that they couldn't do everything. But instead of doing it like they did Resident Evil 3 remake, which is where they made the choice they had to cut. It turns out that the DLC for the game, the Ada DLC, he ended up going through the areas that were like missing.
Yeah.
So they turned it from what it was and they turned it into like basically completing the game. So they did actually do everything from Resident Evil 4. And I'm like, that's messed up. Y'all ain't have to do it. You ain't have to do it that way. You ain't have to do it to him like that. Like, but I'm glad you did. And it's better for it. So, and then it's just, I think when I'm thinking about like third person shooters, I think that's my favorite. Leon is the man. Roundhouse kicking zombies in the head. It is
Yeah.
what it is. Like I just like it. Salazar. I like to shoot that creepy looking little dude. The warrior buying guy. Like, come on, it's iconic. Like
Yeah.
that's where that came from, man. So it's just it is what it is. I think also that is another game that probably shouldn't have existed.
I know it
Like
was
you
gonna
think about it,
exist.
like it Resident Evil 4 already exists.
I know, but they were
And they
like,
didn't
Capcom
have
was
to.
like, "Do we want to make more money?"
No, but I'm just saying, like when you think back to when they started announcing them, they were saying we're gonna do 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah,
Right?
but
They said it.
yeah,
And it was like, yeah, you want to do it, but will it happen really?
yeah,
And then when 2 came out and it was like, holy shit, they did it. And then 3 came out and it was like, maybe they shouldn't keep doing it because again, people,
yeah,
I could agree. 3 wasn't everybody's favorite, but what made people turn on 3 was the fact that they didn't put the whole game out.
yeah,
They cut stuff.
yeah,
And it was like, don't remake the games if you're gonna cut stuff. Like why even do it? It's not a super cut. There was nothing in that game that was egregious. Like just shortened parts, but they cut too much stuff, and it was like ah.
yeah.
So that left a shadow of like, will 4 be as good as like 2 was as a remake? And I think it superseded 2.
Nice.
I think it's the best remake they've done, and I'm willing to go on the journey to 5. I don't think they need to do 5 because in the graphical fidelity terms, like the era that game was made, the PC version of 5 looks amazing.
I
Did
know
you
a lot of
have to?
friends, a lot of fans want Code Veronica.
It should. Look at how it looks. Look at how it plays. A lot of people say that even though they like it, it's not the best one.
Yeah,
It could use work, and if they put all the money behind it,
yeah.
then that could probably be like the best one.
I
Because
think Code Veronica might be the one.
I think they hinted at 5 is next, which is like I get it, but like I think they should do Code Veronica first.
Yeah.
But I also think they should do Outbreak because I
Okay.
think that game was held back by the technology. That's
Yeah.
the PS2 multiplayer one.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
it was just too. The loading times killed that game, dude.
Yeah.
It's just it was what it was, and then people were like, "Yeah, we're advancing past static camera angles and not moving and shooting." To that, I say you didn't play File 2 because that was the first Resident Evil game where you could walk and shoot. That's all I gotta say. They were already innovating when people were saying boo. So
Yeah.
to that, I say, I hope you do remake Outbreak. That's it. That's it. I don't care about six. The six, they could do whatever. I couldn't play it.
Yeah.
The camera angles fucked me up. I couldn't play it. So if they remake it, maybe I can play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
All right. I had to play
yes, sir.
four. I haven't played four yet. I haven't played
Four
none
is
of
a
the
good
remake.
game.
I haven't
It's a
played
good
none
game.
of the remakes.
Two is scary. If
Yeah.
you like scary games, you might. Did you play Dead Space?
I started. I didn't finish it.
Okay.
I
Like,
fin. I
are
played
you?
it. I played the original one. I didn't play. I played the remaster a little bit.
The remaster is great. The
Yeah.
remaster of Dead Space, I've seen
It's on Game Pass
nothing
right
but
now.
good things about
Yeah.
it. So I think you should finish it.
Yeah.
But like, maybe go to Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. I'll see. I'll see. I got a bunch of stuff to go through right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's always something.
But if I could challenge you, because we do have Game and Rage,
Yes.
and I'm not on the show. If
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could challenge you, I'll give you the choice between the two,
Four and two.
four and two.
I own two, so I could probably do two.
Yeah, I would challenge you to
Well,
play two.
four is on sale though. I did like four more though.
I mean, whatever. I'm saying they're both amazing.
Mhm.
Your time won't be wasted.
Okay.
But two will scare you because it's just that type of game.
Yeah, is there
You are
more
not a power.
creeper?
It's
Yeah.
not a power fantasy.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you just want to beat the shit out of everything, then play four.
I might look into four then. I
Because
like
you
to beat the shit out of
roundhouse kicking
games.
and suplexing
Yes,
crazy Spanish
that
people. I
sounds
mean,
great.
it's fun.
Yeah,
It's fun.
I'll
And it
definitely check
looks
that out.
amazing.
Yeah,
They spent money on that game. It looks amazing.
cool. I'm definitely gonna look into that. I think it's on sale right now too.
It should be.
Yes,
Should be.
yes. And any games you looking forward to next year?
Dragon's Dogma. You
There you go.
kidding me?
You've been waiting for
Is you kidding?
that.
That's all I want. I mean, I'll force myself because I haven't to play the Like a Dragons,
Yeah,
the RPG ones. I just haven't. It's just been too hard to sit down and play an RPG in my
yeah,
head.
yeah.
In my head, I haven't done it. It's in my head. It's like I should. It's hard to sit down and play an RPG, but
But I think Like a Dragon itself is unique in that style, as
yeah,
in
yeah.
it's funny and it will make you laugh, and you want to see what's the next and like all that stuff. And
That and it has all the Like a Dragon story
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
It's not. It's a Yakuza game, so yeah.
I'm looking forward to like Affinity Wealth definitely. I already bought it. It's ready on my system, ready for it to come out. Tekken 8 I already have pre-ordered as well. That demo sold me. I'm like, damn, I might
Yeah,
need this.
yeah.
Um, right now those are the main two games. Wolverine's not until the following year, so
I refuse to look at any of the league stuff. We could talk. We could say that it
no, I'm
happened.
not saying like
I
anything like that.
refuse to look at an unfinished game
I
and
just
judge
know
it.
that Wolverine comes out the following year. That's all I'm saying. So that was like that.
Yeah.
If they would have said that that was coming this year, then I would have said that. But that's not coming out this year.
Hmm.
I refuse to look at it too because I saw what it was and I was like that. But for what I saw, I was like, oh, okay, I see where it's going. I see where it's going, and that's where I'll see it.
No, I want to be blind. That's like the one game that I'm on board for.
Yeah,
Like 100%.
and I don't know what else comes out this year. So
I th- I'm curious if Capcom is gonna put out Monster Hunter Wilds. That's the
yeah,
next game. If that's this year,
okay,
it might be next year. It might be this year. So that's like the only other thing that's in that tier of I need that.
yeah. So like the Dragon Infinity Wealth is like the main one that I'm waiting for. That comes out this month, and after that, it's whatever comes out after that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Oh,
I
Final
don't know.
Fantasy Rebirth.
Oh shit, that is this year. I
Yeah,
keep
that's
thinking
February.
that's never coming out.
It's coming out February.
Oh, I know why it's never coming out because it's not the PC version.
Yeah. Ha ha ha.
Gotta gotta wait,
God
gotta
damn
wait.
PC.
Damn you, Sony,
Yeah.
paying for exclusives.
All right, you want to get into these movies?
Not really.
So, comic book theater, we have two movies. We got first one is I Frankenstein that came out 2014. This was, I'll tell you the date. It was I don't have, where the fuck are they is?
Let's see.
January 24th, 2014. Um,
I know, I know it is a PG-13 movie and it's an hour 32 minutes. Let's see. Can we poop on a director?
he wrote Pirates of the Caribbean. He wrote one of the
Stuart
movies.
Beatty? Beatty?
Yeah,
Yeah. Stuart Beatty is the director. Like you said, he did the original Pirates of
he
the
wrote. Yeah,
Caribbean.
he wrote it. He didn't.
Oh, he wrote it. All right. As a writer, he did that. Let's see. As a director, he only has two credits.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
and it shows.
Tomorrow, when the war began, and I Frankenstein. He is better as a writer.
Yeah,
That's it.
just right stuff.
Yeah, because see, he wrote on Obi-Wan. I hear people like that.
You know what this felt like? This felt like Underworld with Frankenstein as the
Oh,
main character, but
it
a
was
lot worse.
100% an overworld, underworld ripoff,
Yeah, yeah,
done poorly.
very poorly.
Like you could tell with the way they had the royalty and the way they had the he's like their secret monster in the war
Yeah,
against these other people. That was 100% underworld.
yeah. Um.
Do I have
Uh.
any? Let's see what the synopsis says. Frankenstein's creature finds himself caught in an all-out centuries-old war between two immortal clans. Yeah, basically overworld. You
Yeah.
know, underworld. Excuse me, my bad. Uh, but they throw a twist on it because Frankenstein's creature, he's not the same. It's not the same circumstances.
Yeah.
The the creature gets revenge on Frankenstein because he didn't want to be. Like there was no a voluntary situation here, and I know Frankenstein the original, he kind of couldn't tell you that. So it was probably like just a more of a this being roaming the earth thinking I'm a monster. What the hell's going on? But this one, he has a consciousness, and he knows you get his story. You know why he does what he does, and so there is no love lost for Dr. Frankenstein. He murders him because he made him. He's a monster. He's not a man anymore. And to get back to him, he killed his wife, and so that's what ended up setting, well, I guess, basically a blood feud between them. But it
Yeah.
turns out Frankenstein wasn't. He was no match for the monster, so he ran from him, and he Frankenstein chased him into the Arctic, and he died.
Yep.
It's messed up. It's messed up. He chased him to the ends of the earth, literally. But Frankenstein, he says, and I think that's just I I'll give credit. I think the absolute beginning of this movie was the coolest part of the movie for me.
Yeah.
The setup in the story was like he chased him to the ends of the earth where he could not survive, but I could. And then he just dies in the freaking snow. It's like, damn, that's rough. You got a monster chasing you all around the world. Mm-mm, mm-mm. But then the story actually starts, and then the CG starts, and it's just downhill. It's no bueno.
It's a lot of
I,
people.
it's a lot of. I said to you, Mark, my number one problem was the CG was awful, and the acting was inconsistent.
Yeah.
There were people who could act like Frankenstein. That's Two Face,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, Aaron Eckhart. That's
Mhm.
Two Face. That's Thank You for Smoking. He's a good actor, and you could tell there was the movie was around him, but the other like people, it was either over dramatic or was up and down, back and forth, or it was extremely one note, like those guards, like the
Yeah.
Queen's guards or whatever. Ugh, they sucked.
Miranda was in this. Yvonne Savakaji.
Oh, the lady from
Yeah, she was
uh,
Miranda in
that
Mass
played
Effect.
Lorena. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Not much I
Yvonne
can really say.
Savakaji. Yeah.
Not much I can really say for her. Like she wasn't like the star of the movie. That's the
No,
thing.
she had a
So
small part. No, she was in it for a bit, but maybe it was over.
I mean, well, we gotta go through it and
Yeah,
give
yeah.
them the people. We have uh, so the director and writer, same person. We have now. What was this from? It says Kevin Griveau is Darkstorm Studios graphic novel. So that's where
Yeah.
this came from.
Yes.
And credit to Mary Shelley for Frankenstein. We also have it stars Aaron Eckhart as Adam. That's his given name. He's Frankenstein,
Yeah.
but the Queen calls him Adam.
Yes.
Uh, we have Ivan Strahovski, like you said, as Tara.
Yep.
We have Miranda Otto as was that the Queen?
Yes.
Leonor. Lenore.
Yes.
Um, we have Bill Nighy as Navarius. We have Jai Courtney as Gideon. We have Socrates. Somebody really named Socrates. Socrates Otto as Zuriel. We have Aiden Young as Victor Frankenstein. We have Caitlin Stacy as Keziah.
Yeah.
Mahesh Jaddu as Ophir. Those were the two of the Queen's Guards. Not the one I'm talking about that sucked the most. The main guy. Oh, I thought he was bad. Ugh. Steve Manzukis as Halleck. Nicholas Bell as Carl Avery. Dennis Actinis. Interesting. As Baracho. Chris Pang as Levi. Kevin Griveau as Dekar. Is that about it? Bruce Spence as Molokai, not Molokai, Molokai.
Yeah.
Virginie Lebrun as Elizabeth Frankenstein.
They.
Get to see her die. Is that about it for main
Yeah.
people?
That's about it.
Rick Tunner, bar bouncer. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Like I said, it just was an inconsistent movie acting wise, so I couldn't really stay invested in it.
I agree. Like it
Like I
wasn't.
understood the plot,
Yeah.
and it was Underworld
Yeah.
with
For the
Frankenstein's monster.
producers of Underworld.
Thanks. There you go.
That makes sense now.
And it's like
It's
you
just a very
produce
version.
Underworld,
Yeah.
but you can't let the theme go. Like,
Yeah.
like let it go. Stop making everything Underworld, you guys.
Yep. And that's what they did.
And that's what they did.
So
I thought the choreography was kind of all right. I'm
yeah,
not mad
it
at
had
that.
okay fight action
Yeah,
scenes.
good fight scenes, but it was just like the CG. The CG just threw me off.
Yes, I agree. So where is this going to land in your movies?
2 point no 2.
Two. So your
This is
twos
bad.
consist of Superman Returns, Son of the
This is on the
Mask,
top. This is on the
Elektra,
top.
and on top.
This is on
Okay.
the top. This is worse than Electra because Electra Jennifer Garner wasn't terrible, but this just everybody around the main guy inconsistent, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
So, all right, Frankenstein is two, and then we have our second feature comic book movie, our feature, and it's RoboCop 2014.
As I told you, Mark, this movie is Marvel's RoboCop.
Marvel's RoboCop. Yeah,
That's what it feels like.
when you said that, I was like, yeah, I can see that. So this is February 12th, 2014. That's where it came out. This was directed by Jose Pandilla.
Yeah, I guess it's Padilla, but just
Padilla.
spelled differently. Does
I know
L
nothing
H
he
A?
has done before. He done Narco. Okay, I know that TV series. That's about it.
Okay. Alright. What is this? PG-13 and an
That's where they
hour
ruined the movie.
57.
That's where the movie got ruined from. Is PG
PG
13.
13. Yeah.
You're
They
fucked
tried
up.
to soften RoboCop, and I think 100% the wrong thing to do. The essence of RoboCop, look, it's like this was a better take on RoboCop 3. And
Yeah,
I
so
don't mean
this
the
was. I will
story.
say this was better than RoboCop 3, 100%.
No, but what I mean, to explain what I mean about it is like this is if this was the third RoboCop, this would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah, I can see that. It had a good
Like
cast too.
them trying to soften it, making it more palatable for major audiences instead of that wacky, nonsensical nonsense they did with the actual RoboCop 3. I think if they did not make that movie and this was the third RoboCop, I'd be less inclined to be like, uh. But again, and we'll get into it. Let me give everybody their credit and stuff.
Hmm.
We got writers Joshua Zetumer, yeah, Zetumer, Edward Newmeyer, and Michael Miner are the writers.
Yeah.
And let's go to stars in alphabetic. No, it's not alphabetical. Um, we have Joel Kinnaman, Alex
Yes.
Murphy slash RoboCop,
He was in
Gary
Suicide
Oldman,
Squad. Yeah.
Gary Oldman as Dr. Dennett Norton, Michael Keaton as Raymond Sellers, Abby Cornish as Clara Murphy. For some reason, I thought that was what's her name? What's the blonde lady that's Aeon Flux?
Oh, Charlie Theron.
Theron. I thought that was Charlize Theron. She looks just like her.
She's
Uh,
Theron is tall.
hmm?
Charlie Theron is tall.
I
That's the
know,
one thing
I
I
know,
noticed with her.
I
She's
know. That's about
tall.
the only thing. Yeah,
She
she's tall,
towers
but
over
I'm just
people.
saying,
No, I can see it
face
though.
wise,
I see it.
she looks like her.
I see it.
Uh, Jackie Earl Haley as Rick Maddox, Michael Kenneth Williams as Jack Lewis, R.I.P. to Michael K. Williams. I forgot about that he passed. I think this year too.
Yeah, I think it was early
I
this
mean,
year.
2023.
2023.
Um, Jennifer L. as Liz Klein. Uh, Jay Baruchel as Tom Pope, which I know him. He was in a
Rochelle.
lot of stuff.
Yeah, Jay Rochelle.
Jay Baruchel, yeah. Um, Marianne Jean Baptiste, again, I know her. Steve Carradine, Samuel L. Jackson,
We
which
know
I
that
thought he
guy.
played his part perfectly as Pat Novak. Amy Garcia as J. Kim.
I know her for George Lopez show. She's
Okay,
like the
all right.
cousin.
Let's see. Douglas Urbanski sounds familiar, like one of the guys from another movie as Mayor Durant.
Let's see this
Um, John Paul Rutten as David Murphy, excuse me. Patrick Garrow as Antoine Vallon. Casey Collins as Andre Daniels. Daniel Cash as John Lake. Trying to see, all right, we going through, but do we have any more major players, major
Not
characters?
really.
No. I don't know did we get those two guys, the two crooked cops that set him up?
Uh,
I think we.
Daniels. Yeah, CG. Casey Collins and
Okay, yeah, Casey Collins and Daniel
yeah,
Cash, yeah, the two crooked cops.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the best about it. And we got the big bad guy, the drug lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where is he? Trying to remember. Did we at least get that drug lord?
Mm.
Uh, I don't think we did we?
I think it's Daniel
Because he's a
Cage.
kind of a major part of the story.
Yeah, I think it's
The guy
Daniel
that set up.
Cage.
Oh, that's him. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right, okay. So this one basically is a retelling of the story of RoboCop, a reimagining, if you will.
Yes.
In 2028 Detroit, when Alex Murphy, a loving husband, father, and good cop, is critically injured in the line of duty, the multinational conglomerate Omnicorp sees their chance for a part man, part robot police officer. Uh, I don't understand a few things that they changed. I don't know why they turned Lewis into a black man. I don't get it. They couldn't let him have a female partner. I,
I don't know.
I kind of thought that was a part of the dynamic of RoboCop. So first off, you done fucked up. Um, PG-13 RoboCop movie, like we said, that's also where you messed up. I mean, then again, is RoboCop 2 PG or is that R? That's
They're both
PG,
rated R.
PG. RoboCop 2 is right R. All right,
One and
okay.
two were rated R. Three was PG.
Yeah. So two held on, two was still R. So I can't take any steps back because I like
Yeah,
RoboCop 2.
but
Um,
one is a hard R.
Run is hard. Yes, that would be NC-17 today.
And it had
Definitely.
toys. And it had a toy line.
That's kind of great. Yo, America, crazy.
And a
Yo,
cartoon.
America, America,
And a cartoon
son.
series.
This country was bananas.
We got a rated R movie with a cartoon series and a toy line that had caps on his back.
Yeah, he was shooting. Yo, RoboCop. Yo, shout outs to RoboCop. That's all I gotta say. They wasn't afraid of nothing.
Yeah,
No-
they'll
What
come
was
close
what
to
was
this
it? Orion? Shout
shit.
outs to
Right.
Orion that put out RoboCop. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Um, no, I'm just saying. You see how what is it? The crazy horror movie that everybody's like pumped up for? What is it? It starts with an E, right? With the clown, with
Terrified?
him just yeah, terrifying.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
I watched the
I'm
first
just
one.
saying. But you see how everybody's over the edge for the gratuitous
Yeah, yeah.
violence and like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this exists. Yo, RoboCop.
That was RoboCop. Shit, when I was a kid,
Yo,
seeing that shit, like,
RoboCop.
holy shit, did he just shoot his hand off?
Did he just shoot that man in the dick?
Yep.
Did he
And
just
he
blew the man?
yelled,
Did they
"My
blow?
dick!"
Like you said, they shot his hand off, but did they just show a cop execution?
Yeah.
Son,
80s were a
in
different
graphic
beast.
detail? And they made
80s.
fun of it?
Yeah.
I'm just come on. That scene is it burned in my brain for the rest of my life.
Oh, man.
I mean, this movie has none of that.
No.
This is a regular ass movie.
It
This
didn't
is
have
this a,
personality like the first RoboCop did either.
no, it didn't. Alex Murphy, they tried too hard to make him like um I think they tried to make him too much like Peter Weller, which was a stoic
Yeah.
man. He's and in doing that in this movie, they made him seem almost emotionally damaged.
Yeah.
Like the beginning scenes with him and his wife, they both seemed like they couldn't communicate with each other, and all they could do was like lean on each other and
Yeah.
have sex. You know what I'm saying? It's just they didn't seem like they didn't like a well-adjusted family. Like
Yeah.
him and the son seemed fine, but him and the wife, they didn't even have like a normal conversation.
Yeah.
It was just. But then again, I guess everybody was all damaged because Lewis was in the hospital. They didn't know if he was gonna live or die or whatever. But I'm just saying it just seemed a lot different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the one scene that did get to me was the scene of when he was becoming RoboCop and he was still dreaming
Yeah.
and had the hologram of of the Frank Sinatra song in the back, the video playing in the background, and the
Yeah.
dance with his wife, and you see Lewis there and the chief there, and I'm like that I like that scene because it gave him personality. It gave you the reason, one of the many reasons why he should love his wife so much. But you see the key people in his life.
Yeah.
So and then you have that song in the background. So like it all ties together, and I was like, that's good. But here's where that type of stuff falls off for me and becomes a trope. And this is why I call it Marvel's RoboCop because 100% this movie copied the early Marvel movie formula.
Yeah.
Let's have a big action set piece, aka RoboCop versus the RoboCops, and let's play some lesser known but still kind of popular real world music in the background. And there's multiple scenes where it's just real world music popping up in the background underneath a scene or something. And I'm like, this is this is what Marvel does now.
Yeah.
And personally, I only think it's good in small doses. And I think personally, I think only Guardians does it the best. So with that said, you're copying and you're not doing it as good.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, you're drawing me out of the movie. N- and it's just I say that to say that every change that they made to this movie, I started seeing it taking less and less from this being a RoboCop movie.
Yeah. And
This was just another hero. This could have been anyone, but
yeah.
this was not RoboCop.
It also had the issues with the CGI too, especially when it was trying to show his like side, like, oh look at I'm just lungs and a hand and a head.
I mean, they did. I don't. That didn't bother me because they were far enough away
Yeah.
when in the scene with Gary Oldman and him that it was like, all right, I get what you're trying to do,
Yeah.
but I always, always, always prefer practical effects.
Yeah, I agree.
Always. And RoboCop was practical effects. The original RoboCop was not CG. It was practical effects, and it's a way better movie as a result. And
Yeah.
it's a hard R.
Yeah.
This movie is not RoboCop. I remember before when we watched it,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's a fine movie. It's all right. It's not bad. It's not a bad movie, but it's not RoboCop.
Yeah.
It's not. The story of RoboCop has to be hardcore. It has to be violent. It has to be unhinged. The city was a normal city.
Yeah.
The other major character in RoboCop is the city. It's all those crazy people running around. Like half the charm of RoboCop is how nuts everybody is, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, Detroit in RoboCop is wild.
Yeah.
It's insanity. Like the cops were literally fighting a losing battle. That's why they needed RoboCop.
Yeah. It looked
This
like they
thing
were
was trying to.
just doing it
Sorry,
just
go
because
ahead.
they had the budget at the time.
No, this one was trying to tie it to the Middle East and
The
this
war,
country's
yeah.
need to police the world. That's what they were trying to tie this RoboCop to. This was more Metal Gear. This was more of a Metal Gear movie. If you said that that was a prototype writing, I'd be like, I believe it. I believe it. This was the American writing. That's what this was. This was Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, but the Americanized, toned down version. Because
Yeah.
this was not RoboCop. This was again, this was not centered on just the city.
Yeah.
This was like supposed to be the world. This was they were gonna America needs this for the world. And then Michael Keaton wasn't evil enough. He
No.
wasn't ruthless enough. He seemed like yeah, all he cared about was his bottom line, but he didn't seem like he was willing to just take lives on the sly to do it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He didn't look like he was willing to throw off a couple stacks to some. Where was his where was his Red Foreman? Where was his
Yeah.
guy that was a criminal, a disgusting, dirty criminal that was willing to go all the way?
Yeah.
They didn't have,
I
they
agree.
didn't, they didn't have that.
And
They had
also,
two dirty cops
yeah.
and
And
a drug lord who was like using the dirty cops because he was scared to
yeah.
kill the cops. That dude, excuse me, but the main villain in RoboCop created RoboCop
Yeah.
by killing a cop.
Yeah.
So right away you fail.
Yeah.
Your villain is not even as strong as the main guy as the original. Nah, I'm done.
Yeah.
This movie gets a 2.5 from me.
2.5. All
It
right.
disappointed me.
So your two
Watching it again
fives.
disappointed me.
So your two fives consist of superhero movie, Underdog. Oh no, X-Men 3, Silver Surfer, Rise of Silver Surfer, and Spider-Man 3, Daredevil.
Put it behind X Men. Put it behind X Men.
Okay. RoboCop.
This movie is more disappointing than it is bad.
14, 2, 5. I'm going with. Man, I was really disappointed of like the cast it had and what the movie was. Like I was like, damn, you got a good ass cast, and this is what we get. That
Yeah.
was my sad part of this movie. like again, it had a really good cast, and then it was nothing from that. And then also, yeah, you can't make this movie a PG.
Mark, all I have to say is like, look at the opening sequence of this movie. You know how it gave you that feeling like, oh shit, this is RoboCop.
Yeah.
Something's gonna go wrong in the beginning. The RoboCops are gonna blow those reporters' brains out.
Nope.
And then you get the most realistic, the terrorists attack the robots, and then the little boy gets shot because he had a knife. You had that lame ass opening. It was like,
Yeah.
no, this is supposed to be unhinged. This is RoboCop. Everything before RoboCop was made was an abject failure
Yeah.
in the original. So to that point, that's like RoboCop 2. When they had the formula, they kept trying to make it, and what kept happening?
Yeah.
It was going
They
crazy.
gave him a jetpack and then it failed.
No, not three. I'm talking about two. I'm
Yeah,
talking about
two
two.
was good. I like two.
No, I'm talking about remember in
Yeah.
RoboCop 2, the program was called the RoboCop 2 program,
Yeah.
and they kept trying to recreate the magic that was RoboCop,
Yeah.
and then every attempt was fucking either disgusting or it failed horribly.
Yeah.
And then the first movie, everything was wrapped, nothing was clean. Nothing was clean in that city. That city was dirty. It was you know it smelled like pee everywhere. So all I'm saying is this movie they tried to sanitize everything up and it's like it just wasn't working. Nah,
No,
man.
I agree.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go two with this, and yeah, I want it to be better. I enjoyed parts of it and stuff like that. I liked when had the classic look, but once he changed into black, I was like, man, let's put the silver back on. It looked cool.
And
Again,
they
there was
made fun of it.
yeah,
They had Michael Keaton's character make fun of it.
yeah,
You don't fucking do that. How many times do people have to remember when you make a movie that's referencing an older movie, don't make fun of the older movie trying to be slick.
yeah, because you don't come
Oh,
close.
we'll put this like with the X-Men. Oh, I don't like yellow.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up and put the yellow costume on Wolverine.
we want the yellow.
Look
All
at that.
right,
And it took what, 20 years and we're finally gonna get him back in yellow? Like
finally, finally. Well, in the
crazy.
Deadpool movie too.
Crazy. Crazy. This world is nuts. I hate Hollywood how they ruin shit. I'm sorry. Just got me on a rant, man. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
All right.
No bueno.
So, our next movie of this comic book theater is, I think, one that's gonna probably top everything right now. Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think Captain America probably is the best trilogy of the MCU.
I agree. I agree.
So I'm excited to
You
watch
can make
this
a case
one.
for Guardians. You can
I
say
could say
two
I
is
can make
the
a.
weakest,
I will say
but
two was
but
their weak
three,
movie.
I
Yeah,
I I haven't seen it, but you said it's a very good movie.
yeah,
So the first one and the third one are very good.
yeah. Second one could have been better, and then I think Captain America, all three of them were really good.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
think yeah,
mhm.
I'll say that was the best trilogy of the MCU. So Winter Soldier is our next movie on our list. Then we got Amazing Spider-Man, Days of X-Men, Days of Future Past, Edge of Tomorrow, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ninja Turtles, Sin City 2, and Hercules. That wraps up 2014. 2050 consists of Avengers: Age of Ultron, Kingsman, Ant-Man, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, Batman. Oh, that's 2016. My bad. Fantastic Four is the ending of 2015. So there's only four movies in 2015.
Oh no! Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic
Oh
Four.
no!
Yeah.
Ah,
All right. So Winter Soldier's next, which most likely is gonna be top five.
yeah, it's gonna be a five.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna
already
be
biased with that movie. I love that
that movie's so
movie,
good.
and that's
That
actually still one of my
the
favorite Captain America suits.
beginning of that movie is so sick.
That's still one of my favorite Captain America suits.
God damn, that movie is Batroc was George St. Pierre. Doesn't get
Yeah.
enough credit. That was sick. Uh,
Yep. Yep. All right. Wrap this up.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere by Cyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That is YouTube. That is SoundCloud. That is Spotify. And we got a WordPress. Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok, or Merc the Mic. Also, shout outs to Tenacious T, Jeremy Sriracha, and Tyler, Straw Hat Tyler. They do a podcast called Popcorny. Check them out on Spotify, Popcorny. And also, always remember, follow the Jinkies.
He's hungry.
And don't watch I Frankenstein. Fuck that movie.
And don't watch RoboCop
Don't watch this one.
2014.
Watch the original RoboCop.
Watch
Only
the
watch the original.
original.
Or play the game. The game is a lot of fun.
Yeah, the
You can
game
shoot
is
people in
actually
the
pretty
balls
good.
too.
You can shoot hands off.
There
Do
you
it.
go.